Behind the bright lights of Hollywood, the children of legendary stars often faced struggles that were far from glamorous. Despite their famous family ties, many of these children grappled with personal challenges, addiction, and the pressures of living in the shadow of their iconic parents. 7. Cameron Douglas. Cameron Douglas, the son of actor Michael Douglas and producer Diandra Luker, faced significant challenges due to his struggle with different substances, which ultimately led him to prison for dealing. As the grandson of the legendary Kirk Douglas, he inherited a rich Hollywood legacy. However, the privileges that came with this lineage couldn't shield him from the devastating effects of his actions. In an interview, he shared that his problems began to disrupt his life in his mid-20s. At the time, he was experiencing success in both his acting career and as a DJ. Unfortunately, his descent into substance use intensified after he started finding more substances, which quickly unraveled his life. Douglas recounted a particularly difficult period while filming a movie shortly after he began using substances. When he ran out, he became sick on set. Although his father offered support, Douglas was unable to accept it, feeling more loyal to his addiction than to his family. In 2009, he was arrested for possessing more items and subsequently served nearly 8 years in prison. After his release in 2016, he published a memoir titled Long Way Home in 2019, detailing the tumultuous path of his adult life. When asked about his family's reaction to his candid book, he acknowledged their concerns, noting that his father had actually encouraged him to write it, maintaining a healthy perspective on the balance between familial influence and genetics. 6. Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen, born to actors Martin and Janet Sheen, and brother of Emilio Estevez, has consistently drawn attention for his outrageous behavior and ongoing battles with his habits. Rather than a few isolated incidents, his life has been a series of negative events. Sheen's journey into rehabilitation began in 1990, marking the start of a long struggle with substance problems. A significant episode involved his then-fiancée, Kelly Preston, who was shot in the arm, with details surrounding the event remaining unclear. Soon after, he became associated with the notorious Madam Heidi Fleiss, and later he claimed in an interview with The Guardian that he had slept with over 5,000 people. His issues extended beyond these, as he faced serious domestic allegations. Brittany Ashland, a former girlfriend, accused him of physical attacks, and his ex-wife, Denise Richards, made similar claims of both physical and verbal mistreatment during their marriage. In 2009, Sheen was arrested following a dispute with his then-wife, Brooke Muller, adding to the chaos in his personal life. Professionally, his erratic actions had serious consequences, particularly after his infamous 2011 proclamation of bye-winning. Following his firing from 2.5 Men, he took legal action against Warner Brothers and Chuck Lorre, prompting the studio to express grave concerns about his health. 5. Christian Brando. Christian Brando faced a problematic life from the very beginning. His parents, renowned actors Marlon Brando and Anna Kashfi, made headlines during their contentious custody battle over him, as reported by The Hollywood Reporter. At the age of 13, Brando ignited a fire in his school dormitory and was later kidnapped. An abduction orchestrated by his mother while he was in his father's custody. This traumatic experience left Brando deeply unsettled, leading him to purchase weapons out of fear of further kidnappings, according to news outlets. As a teenager, Brando began using substances and eventually dropped out of high school, although he maintained a close relationship with his father, who provided him with a home. He often felt overwhelmed by his father's fame. Tragedy struck on May 16, 1990, when Brando's half-sister, Cheyenne, confided in him about her boyfriend, Doug Drolet, who was also the father of her unborn child. In a heated confrontation, Brando shot Drolet, who later passed away. Brando insisted the incident was accidental and ultimately pleaded guilty to voluntary manslaughter, receiving a 10-year sentence, of which he served 4.5 years. After his release, Brando struggled with his problems and faced charges for hurting his then-wife, Deborah Presley. In 2005, he experienced homelessness and, tragically, he later developed double pneumonia, leading to his death at the age of 49. 4. Stephanie Bon Jovi. The Bon Jovi family is known for its close-knit bond and support for one another. Jon Bon Jovi and Dorothea Hurley have been married since 1989, and their enduring relationship serves as a strong foundation for their family. They welcomed their first child, Stephanie Bon Jovi, on May 31st, 1993, followed by 3 sons. Their lives took a serious turn when Stephanie, a 19-year-old student at Hamilton College in upstate New York, experienced an overdose. Fortunately, her friend Ian Grant quickly dialed 911 for help. This call was protected by the recently passed New York State 911 Good Samaritan law, which encourages individuals to report overdoses without the fear of arrest, something that previously deterred many from seeking assistance in life-threatening situations. Jon Bon Jovi shared insights about his daughter's problems, distinguishing it from the more sensationalized portrayals often depicted in movies. Expressing gratitude that she ultimately recovered, he stated, "It wasn't what you see in the movies. She's healthy. The greatest gift I have is that I have her. We'll get through this." He also remarked on the mounting pressures faced by today's youth, acknowledging that there's a lot of pressure on kids these days, alongside access to substances that were less available to his generation, leading to inevitable mistakes and significant challenges for families navigating these difficult issues together. 3. Weston Coppola Cage. Weston Coppola Cage, born to actor Nicolas Cage and Christina Fulton, is also the nephew of famed director Francis Ford Coppola. At the age of 20, he married his first wife, Nikki Williams, shortly after they reportedly met in rehab. However, their whirlwind romance quickly took a turn for the worse. Just a few months later, in July, both were arrested for violence. Cage referred to the incident as a huge misunderstanding on Facebook, attributing it to alcohol and claiming he had to intervene to prevent Williams from harming herself. Shortly after, he announced their divorce. In 2013, Cage remarried Danielle Cage, and they welcomed a son, Lucian Augustus, in 2014. He credited Lucian with inspiring him to achieve sobriety, stating, "It got to the point where people thought I was digging my grave. Lucian saved both of our lives, and we are very blessed to have him." The couple had another son, Soren, in 2016, but their marriage ended soon after. Cage began a relationship with Hila Aronian in 2018, and they are now parents to twin girls, Cyrus and Venice. However, Weston has faced legal troubles, including a DUI charge in 2017, along with 2 counts of hit and run. His blood alcohol level was recorded at 0.15, significantly over California's legal limit of 0.08%. Reports indicated he hit several traffic signs, mailboxes, and parked cars before crashing into a tree. 2. Redmond O'Neal. The son of iconic actors Farrah Fawcett and Ryan O'Neal, Redmond O'Neal made headlines in May 2018 when he embarked on a week-long crime spree, according to the news. During this chaotic period, he was arrested for multiple charges, including attacking 5 men and robbing a 7-Eleven store in the Venice Beach area. While incarcerated, he was evaluated by Dr. Annette Ermshar, who reported that he had been hearing voices. O'Neal was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, antisocial personality disorder, and schizophrenia, conditions that could be exacerbated by substances. As a result, he was deemed incompetent to stand trial in the fall of 2019 and was subsequently transferred from jail to a state hospital. Redmond's struggles with these began in his teenage years, as noted in later reports. He had multiple run-ins with the law, including arrests for possession in 2008 and 2011. Following the latter arrest, he was placed on a 5-year probationary period and mandated to undergo a year of treatment. In 2015, he was sentenced to prison for violating his probation, but was released in 2016. After his mother's passing, Ryan O'Neal revealed to People that Redmond never recovered from the loss of his mother. He further explained to Vanity Fair, "He's been in 13 rehabs. He's had a terrible life. This is not a privileged guy." Redmond's long journey reflects the profound impact of his family background and personal struggles. 1. Chet Hanks. Chet Hanks has openly discussed his struggles with substance problems. He has often found himself in the spotlight due to both his family background and his personal challenges. As the son of Hollywood icons Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson, he grew up in a world of privilege and fame. But that has come with its own set of pressures. Chet has been candid about his struggles with substance problems, openly sharing his journey to recovery and the impact it has had on his life. Chet's issues extended beyond these, because in 2021, he faced legal trouble when his ex-girlfriend, Kiana Parker, sued him for $1 million, claiming he mentally and physically hurt her. Parker alleged that Hanks had made threats in their Texas home, stating, "I had my 9-year-old twins in the house with us. It was around 3 a.m., and I waited until he went to sleep and took my girls to the house with my mom." Hanks countered these allegations, claiming there had been domestic problems on Parker's part, which she denied. Beyond his challenges, Chet has made a name for himself in the entertainment industry, pursuing a career in acting and music. He has appeared in several television shows and films, showcasing his talents beyond his famous lineage. Chet has also explored music, particularly in the hip-hop genre, and has used his platform to express his creativity. If you like this video, do not forget to share and subscribe. Also, let us know in the comments who surprised you in this list of the troubled children of Hollywood legends.